Yeah, we still lit. Hey, top floor, top seed, yeah, we big business. Woo, yeah, we in the building. For real. It ain't about how you start, but how you finish. Sprinting to the finish line. Ready? Ready? I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all ready.
I hope y'all ready.
I hope y'all ready. I hope y'all ready.
Morning traders, this is Rich with Breathingwiththemarkets.com. Today is January 20th, 2026. How you doing? I hope you did well in the market today. You know, there's a lot of podcasts out there. There's a lot of people throwing shade. There's a lot of people that are not telling you the truth, and that's why I'm here, man. That is why I am here. If you have a skill, you don't have to make shit up. If you have a skill, you can produce each and every day. If you have a skill, you can back your shit up. If you have a skill, you show your trades. If you have a skill, you don't talk about waiting for the perfect A+ setup. If you have a skill, you're not talking about waiting for 6 months to get into the trade. If you have a skill, you can compound in trading. How about that? If you have a skill. If you understand how to read the market each and every day, you have no problems. If you have a skill, you can go on any time frame, period. If you have a skill, you don't need a top-down analysis. If you have a skill, you can trade on a 1-minute time frame. If you have a skill, you can trade on the seconds. If you have a skill and you can read the market, it doesn't matter the pair, doesn't matter the time, doesn't matter the day. Are you getting it? If you have a skill. Can someone teach you that skill? I can teach you that skill. Can everyone teach you that skill? No. Does the majority understand the market? No. 99% do not. Does 1% understand what I know? No. That's a fact. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. They don't. And if they do, prove it. Because I understand the market. Now, let's get into today. Let's get it. Here we are. Let me go ahead and bring this other screen up here. I'm going to do it a little different today, if I can figure this out. So as you can see, this top account up here was $2,028, so that would be this first account ending in 7321. So here we are on Quantower, trading with Take Profit Trader, and I wasn't able to trade the open, so I didn't get into the open. Let's see where the open was actually. I was not able to trade it. So where are we at here? Open candle right here. No problem. Open candle right there. 7:30 open candle. Nice big candle to the upside. But anyways, by the time I got home, once again, I got home, opened up the chart, started trading immediately, and banged out $3,770.50. Quickly, painless, without hesitation. And today I had what? 327 executions, 315 winning trades, only 10 losing trades. Well, I was green on every account, so 10 losing trades, probably spread. So could you see that I'm probably close to 100% on my trades? I mean, you can either put up or shut up, right? I mean, it's factual. It's right here, right? So anyways, hit rate, 96.33% hit rate. So in other words, 327 executions in the market, 96.33% hit rate, right? So not bad, right? That is not bad. Let me give you some examples here, traders, okay? Whether this is a daily chart, 4-hour chart. Actually, let's go to a 4-hour chart. Why not? People want to talk shit. Okay, let's go to a 4-hour chart. You know how many people talk shit about, traders and, swing traders and, scalpers and scalpers don't know what they're doing and blah, blah, blah. Listen, traders, this shit is boring for me, man. 4-hour chart, this shit is boring. I understand this chart. How do I understand the chart? Because I understand how to trade. If you understand how to trade and follow the market, you can trade on any chart. It doesn't matter what the symbol is. Doesn't matter what cycle the market's in. All these are buzzwords that are full of shit, man. And when they start talking about different cycles and not every strategy or edge works on Monday compared to Friday and compared to Wednesdays and compared to Thursdays, and I only go in half on Mondays and Fridays, and Martin Luther King Day is, a not tradable day. They're all full of shit. I'm being honest with you. They are full of shit. And if you don't like what I'm saying, that's your problem. That's your personal problem, right? I mean, how do you want me to tell you? I'm passionate about trading. I'm passionate when I speak. How do you want me to explain it? To just tell you you're going to be okay? You're going to be all right following all these fakes? Let's think about this. You want me to tell you that you're going to be okay following all these fakes, listening to these podcast people? They bring on people that meet their guidelines. They don't even know how to trade. Oh, well, I made $100,000 last year. Well, you made $100,000 last year doing what? Trading what? That 100,000, that risk that you put in, you know, there's traders on here that'll spend 250, listen to me, because this is accurate. Things that I say I can back up, okay? Objective evidence. I don't sit here and bullshit, okay? Things that I tell you, I can back up, period. That's how I live my life, right? I'm not gonna tell you what you wanna hear. I'm not gonna try to be someone that I'm not, right? I'm not gonna put on a different tie talking to you, right? I'm passionate about trading. Okay, I want to help you. I'm not interested in helping myself. I'm interested in helping you. So if you want the facts, stick around. If you don't like the facts, this channel's not for you, man. This channel is not for you. If you want to go around thinking that you know everything, thinking that you're going to follow the majority that are failures, and you want to be part of that crowd, that's your problem. That's not our problem here at breathingwiththemarkets.com. But follow the facts. Follow the facts. When you have people interviewing other traders, actually, let's listen to this. Excuse me. Hold on a second. Let me find it. Okay. Now, I have a thought. So when I do these videos, I don't have a plan. I just speak on the fly. They're raw, whether you like them or not, right? I just go, man. I just go. But a disclaimer and a full disclaimer. I would never ever take away someone's success, right? Never ever do that, right? I would never say that someone else didn't deserve their position that they're in. I wouldn't, okay? I've been there, okay? I'm not trying to become successful at something, okay? I've been proven in my life, okay? I've done anything that I wanted to do in my life. I bought whatever I wanted to in my life. And I hope you can too. Okay? So when I go ahead and analyze something, I am analyzing this for the trading community. I am not picking on an individual. But when someone spills out information into the community, I want you to realize that you have to soul search. You have to go around finding what works for you. And if it's not factual, then you need to find facts in the market. Let's check this out.
My belief is sometimes you only need to do one thing really well, and that's all you need. All I do is the indices, S&P, NASDAQ. I just do that. I never venture outside of that, ever. And for me, I think it's very predictable in that I know the type of things that will make it move and at what times they occur, like a Fed meeting around 2 p.m. Eastern, economic data releases around 8:30 a.m. There's certain events that happen overnight too. You kind of learn the behavior of each hour of the day, how volatile it is, and it becomes very predictable.
Okay, she's talking about learned behaviors on stocks. Let me explain something to you, traders. That's what 99% of the community thinks. That is how they think. That is not why I'm here. I am here to tell you that that is not true. That is self-gratification. That is something that you ingest in your system and you become a believer of that. If you understand the market, and you understand how the market moves, then you will recognize and understand that it doesn't matter about news. It doesn't matter about world affairs. The market is going to move in the direction it intends to, based on the language. Okay? If you are on page 69, the page is going to turn to page 70, regardless of your news information. When you start at 0 each and every day, there are pages in the book. And over a period of time, it's going to continue to page 2, page 3, 4, 5, all the way up. And then it's going to repeat itself. That is not based on news. That is not based on the behavior of a stock or an indice pair. Currencies, doesn't matter. If you go ahead and look at charts, why do the charts react together? Why does if you pick one symbol and you pick another symbol, why is it like the opposite? Like almost identical. And we use identical lightly. But then when you go ahead and select stocks, pairs, movement, that looks similar. And they go, well, if I take the US Canadian dollar, I understand that that starts to rotate prior to X, Y, and Z. So that could be a leading indicator. But hey, you probably didn't know that. Or hey, maybe you do. If that's the case, then you know buyers and sellers aren't pushing this shit around, right? Because I'm here to tell you that if you understand the market and you can read the market, you can just get all that bullshit out of your head. So when someone gets on here and starts to use these words and behaviors and how the stock responds, and I'm learning that tells me they don't know how to follow the market. There's a lot to learn. and I'm here to teach it, right? So if you want to learn that, come on over to breathingwiththemarkets.com and I will teach you that. Never ever take away success from someone else, right? But not opinions, but I'm stating the facts. That if I took the pound yen to $1.1 billion on a demo account with 304 trades and 100% hit rate, that was not based on news, traders. That was not based on me understanding the behavior, traders. That was based on me understanding the market, understanding the language of the market. It doesn't matter the pair, the time, the day, the year, the cycle doesn't matter. The algorithm moves, and when the algorithm moves, I trade it. I have showed you many videos in the past. How many thousands and thousands of trades do I need to do before you understand that you're following the wrong crew? You're following YOLO crews. You're following prop firms that have their TV channels, and they want you to come and invest. Great, not to take away from any prop firms. They created a business plan. It's pretty genius. It is a genius business plan, but it's not for me, right? But kudos, man. What a great business plan, right? And they had risk, and they invested their money, and they created prop firms. What a beautiful, I mean, kick ass, right? But one thing, I mean, we can agree to disagree on some of the rules. We can agree to disagree on how they treat real traders. We can agree to disagree when they ban traders. We can agree to disagree, right, about limiting real traders, such as myself and all of the above. We can agree to disagree. And I'm about treating people equal, treating traders equal. But if I understand and know the information in the market, I would rather save you from gambling and save you from losing everything that you had. When I'm trying to explain to you and hopefully getting across to you, it takes a skill in the market. And once you learn the skill, you can trade anytime, any place, any pair, any stock, anything that moves in the market. It's not about the options. It's not about selling options. It's not about investing stocks or selling on the shorts, covering and going long. It's not about futures. Those are names, okay? When it comes to trading, it's called skill. It's called knowledge. How did you gain that knowledge? Where did that knowledge come from? Can you find that knowledge in a book? Can you actually find that knowledge in a book? And then how would you even be able to bring it together like a puzzle in the most simplest form? You're not going to be able to, traders. You're gambling. If you don't know how to follow the market and actually read the market, you're gambling. Let's see if we can get another video. Listen carefully, traders, okay? I can back my shit up, okay? I don't know how many times. I'm not bragging. I'm not here to brag, and I'm not here to claim to be the world's best trader, the most knowledgeable trader. I am here. When I say something, I can back it up. Listen carefully.
There's no system that will work in every type of market. It doesn't exist. So you have to accept that whatever style of trading are using, that it won't work in every market cycle. Now, a market's either going straight down, straight up, or like sideways, or, you know, like up, down kind of thing. So you need to kind of test it in all of those environments. And then, you know, maybe you find a strategy that works in every environment, but doesn't work straight down. There's no system that will work in every type of market.
Oh, that's a mouthful. There's no system that works in every environment. And if it's going straight down, it's not going to work either, in summary. I've never heard of such a thing. That is a bold statement. That is something as if she knows how to trade the market. I'm here to tell you, today, January 20th, 2026, that statement is 1,000% wrong. Period. It's wrong. Yes, there is a system, a methodical approach using objective evidence in the market that will work in any market condition, on any pair, anytime, any place, futures, stocks, currencies, anything you can think of that is tradable, that it moves. Absolutely. Yes, there is a system, and I have the system. I have the system that I teach here at breathingwiththemarkets.com. Statements like that will confuse a trader when you have 500,000 views in the market. When you have 500,000 views, and how many people are going to disseminate that information that is not accurate? When you have a trader get on here and make claims that there is no system, what about the traders that understand the language of the market? You have basically thrown them to the wolves, right? You've basically thrown them to the wolves. Well, guess what? You haven't met me. Guess what? You don't know what I know. I'm proven. I can trade anything that moves. I don't care what day it is, what time it is. I don't care if it's a holiday. I don't care if we have 15 minutes left. until closing. My first trade was in 1999, 27 years ago. And you know me by now. I don't care how long you've been in the market. You either know how to read the market or you don't know how to read the market. It is that simple. And for anyone to get up here, anyone to get on the channel, and not taking anything away from anyone, but if you don't know, you can't comment on something that you don't know, right? So that was an assumption, but she truly doesn't know. And it shows, because she truly doesn't know. It doesn't mean that she was intentionally trying to disseminate false information. That's not true. That's not true. She just truly doesn't understand and know. And you know why she probably truly doesn't understand and know? Because she hears all the bullshit since she's probably got in trading and believes that all of that bullshit is accurate. I'm here to tell you, it's full of shit. Let's go to the next video.
Everyone says don't be emotional, right? Trade without emotion. It's not possible. You can smile and, hey, I lost 100,000, I'm great. No, you're not. You're not great. As soon as everyone walks away, you might grab a bottle of wine and go to the bathtub and just cry. So what I do when I feel my kind of mental space slipping and I'm like, oh, this is bothering me. Maybe I didn't trade perfectly. I made mistakes. I wasn't disciplined. I'll just stop and I will just practice trade, sim trade, paper trade for days, weeks. There's times that I've done it for months. Until I feel like, okay, I got my mental spaces back now, let's go. Where the skill should lie with the emotional part of trading is to realize you will have emotions and you will feel them. But when you feel them, just stop and walk away. Because when you're in those moments, you're not going to make a good decision. Everyone says don't be emotional.
Emotions in trading. A fear of missing out comes from a lack of knowledge in the market. How many professionals do you see? How many quarterbacks do you see? How many hitters? Hockey players, basketball players, 3 seconds on the clock, 5 men on the court, 5 women on the court. Everyone wants that final shot. Is that a fear of missing out? No. That's an aggressive approach. I can do it. Give the ball to me. I'll sink it. Give the ball to me. There is no fear. There is no anxiety. How in the hell is the bar set so low in trading? Emotional? Emotions come from not knowing where you're at in the market. Once you understand where you're at in the market, those emotions will eventually go away. Once you lean into a process, those emotions will go away, get weaker and weaker and weaker, right? We are human. Yes, we have emotions in the sense that when we lose, right? We're human after we lose. But during that process, right? If you haven't played any professional sports, any competitive sports in your life, you know what it feels like? You have a sense of hope. Say you were winning or losing in a game. Right? And until that final out, and until that final down, and until that final last play of the game, you do not feel that sense of energy, whether it be positive or negative, until it's over. It's not over until it's over. That applies in trading also. If you understand where you're at in the market, you have to learn to have patience inside the market, not outside the market. You have to learn to have patience inside the market. When you execute a trade, you have to allow that trade to produce. You have to allow that trade to prove you wrong or prove you right. It's not about right or wrong in the sense of those words. It's about telling you you have more to work on, or telling you you did a great job. If you go in there and you gamble and you press buttons, you're never going to understand the market. Those emotions fly high and low. I had a trader yesterday. And he showed me, I said, I want to see the executions. So then he had the arrows on his chart. And I said, no, I want to see where you actually got in. I know the arrows are up and down. I can see, yes, whether you had the movement and whether you were going in the right direction. But I want to see those exact executions where you entered and where you stopped. And come to find out, he had the direction right. And he was killing the market. But what happened without those specific executions, I said, hey, listen, I can tell you were scared. Well, yeah. You had the direction right. There's no reason to be scared. Well, no. There's no reason to be scared. You had the direction right. You did everything right. You followed exactly what I told you. But as soon as you were in profit, you wanted to scalp right out of it because, oh God, is this going to work or not? Is this going to work or not? Is this going to work or not? You didn't allow it to give you what you wanted and what you needed. So getting in and out of the market quickly is a lot different when you have the direction right versus gambling. Hey, shoot, I'm gambling. I'm going to let this thing actually hit my stop loss. I'm going to allow. How many times do you have traders sit there in a stop loss? I'm giving a hypothetical. They'll sit there 10 minutes. 20 minutes, 2 days, where price is in the red. All of a sudden it goes in the green. They're out. They're out. They don't want to lose. You know what losing is? Losing is prior to the execution of the trade. If you don't know where you're at in the market, you've already lost. Save your money. Stop trading. Stop trading. Risk starts before the execution of a trade, not after, traders. Not after.
A lot of times scalpers, they're like, okay, I'm trying to make a 20-point tick, and they get it and they're happy. And then it goes up 300 ticks. You just missed all that. That's not a success to me. Now, again, everyone's trading style is different. So statistically, people can make money.
I got a lot to say on this.
That's what works for them. It works for them.
Not a success to me.
Like, okay, I'm trying to make a 20-point tick, and they get it and they're happy. And then it goes up 300 ticks. You just missed all that. That's not a success to me. Now, again, everyone's trading style is different. So statistically, people can make money doing that. And if that's what works for them, it works for them. A lot.
Okay. Oh, that's close to my heart. That's really close to my heart. A lot of times scalpers, she had an opinion, right? Her opinion was not based on facts, correct? She's entitled to her own opinion, correct? I'm entitled to my own opinion, right? I've said this many times. Your opinion and my opinion doesn't matter in the market. You either have a skill at that level or you don't have a skill at that level. But when you go ahead and call out a scalper or scalpers, stand by. Because I can do anything. I can swing trade, I can scalp, I can trade any time frame, any pair, any way, any day, doesn't matter. I could go away for a month and come back and still trade the same when I open up the chart. The market is a language. When you talk about and knock down traders to boost yourself and your profitability, I didn't see any trades. Did you see any trades during that entire interview? Or did you see a bunch of word salad? Did you learn anything from that interview? Did Riz ask tough questions? Does Riz ask any tough questions? Or does he just agree with anything? Because Riz, come on. I appreciate what you're doing. I appreciate what you built. Congratulations, man. Kick ass. You took the bull by the horns and you shook it. I'm with you, brother. I'm with you. But come on, man. Enough of this. Enough of this. Get a trader on that knows what the hell he's talking about. How about that? I have seen traders that actually know what they're talking about. But I'm not going to point them out, but the majority of them are talking about money. You are looking for a P&L. A P&L is not going to tell you, a certain percentage is not going to tell you whether or not a person knows how to trade. It's the language. Can they speak the language? And I'm not talking YouTube University language. I'm not talking about 99% failure language. I'm not talking about this works and that doesn't because I don't understand the market type of language. I'm talking about my language. My language that you don't know about. That my language that if you did know about, you wouldn't accept their language. And if you did accept their language, you would start to ask important questions. And then you could sift through the traders that actually understand the market. When you have traders that understand the market, they know what they hear is bullshit. And I don't mean that they intentionally are trying, I don't mean that they are intentionally and recklessly trying to push out misinformation. That's not what I'm saying. Okay? Not what I'm saying. Everyone deserves to have their voice. And everyone's entitled to their own opinions, but not their own facts. If you understand how to analyze a market and you understand how to follow a market daily on any time frame, you understand my language. You understand what I am speaking about. Because risk starts before the execution of a trade, not after. Now, let me show you the results from today. And you just say, scalpers suck. They don't know what they're doing. They can't trade higher time frames. They don't have a clue. Well, let me explain something to you, top-down analysis crew and the YOLO crews. This is all of you, okay? If you know how to trade on a higher time frame, come on down to the seconds in the 1 minute time frame and show your stuff. because that's where the big dogs hang out. Okay? That's where the big dogs hang out. We're not investors down here. We know how to compound. And compounding, if you don't know what compounding is, please look it up. And you also look up whether compounding is better than an overall investment yearly return. That's for you to decide. I'm not going to sit here and continue to educate you when you just spill out a bunch of words. You can still level up. That you still have a lot to learn. I still have a lot to learn, right? I'm not saying that I'm the top trader in the world, but when you know how to follow the market and you can understand the language of the market, what else is there to learn? I listen to people all the time to maybe I hear something that I don't know about the market. That's why I listen to them. But when you do listen to them and you start to hear how they're affecting the trading community, then other people need to stand up and speak up and say, whoa, 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 not right, not right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Not right, not right. And then correct the record. Now, how do you correct the record? There's only one of me. Yes, I don't have thousands and thousands of subscribers, but that doesn't mean shit. Because I can walk alone. I can take the small group that I have and change their life. It's close to their heart, it's close to my heart, and they have a method that is second to none. Second to none. If you cannot master what I teach you, trading is just not for you. If you don't want to put in the time and practice what I teach you, and it's not about analyzing a pair, it's not about this fluff and intuition and a hunch. It is factual information in the market. And if you cannot see it and practice it or apply it and lean into it, if you have a gambling mentality, you're going to have to change. Change your gambling attitude. Again, this is a 4-hour chart. We went over, my hit rate today was 96% hit rate. 96% hit rate. Over 300 trades. Let's go ahead and pull it up. Again, total for all accounts, $3,934. Commission and fees, $163.50. $3,770.50, 327 trades, 315 winning trades, only 10 losing trades. Now listen, this same person on Riz's show said it's okay to lose 20 trades in a row. It's okay to lose 20 trades in a row? Who said that? Why would you think that it's okay to lose 20 trades in a row? How is that possible? Out of 300 and something trades today, I only lost 10, and I guarantee it's probably from the slippage. I was green on the accounts that I traded. How do I have any losers? You see, they talk about a loser whether their account is lost for the day or not, but they're not talking about their hit rate, you see? Because their hit rate, they're not telling you that they had to scalp their way back or YOLO their way back and all of a sudden they got a winning trade. Because I've seen this many, many times, where a trader, even on these podcasts with prop firms, they will wait 2.5 hours in the red until price turns all the way around. And then all of a sudden they get in the green and they close the trade. Is that trading? Is that trading? If you go on a daily chart, there's 30 candles on average, or 28 candles per month on a daily chart. And all of a sudden you're gonna tell me you have to wait 6 months to find an entry? You believe that? You believe this, oh my God, this investment, it took me 6 months to analyze this? That tells me you need to go back to class. Don't follow this bullshit. All right? I wish everyone well. Thank you for everyone pushing out information in the community. The community can decide. Unfortunately, 99% of them are not profitable. 99% of them don't have a skill. And just because you're not profitable doesn't mean you're not working on a skill. Okay? Just because you're not profitable does not mean you're working on a skill. You might not even be trading. But as long as you work on that skill on a still chart, you're making progress. I wish you well. Peace, traders.